this is called Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017. So in December of 2017, they passed this and President Trump signed it. And it is, I mean, it's a game changer. And I will say that a couple times tonight, and I'm not trying to overplay what this is, but there's things that are going to happen this year that have never happened before. And so one of the biggest ones, I mean, this is the biggest tax change since 1986. And for people that remember 1986, they made some major changes that still affect us today that were made in 1986. Now, this one is going to be really interesting because this one actually has a sunset to it. So this legislation was over 1,000 pages long, and if nothing happens, about 10 years from now, all this goes away and we revert back to 2017 tax law. So I can't predict the future. Are they going to let that happen? I really hope not, because one, I'd have to remember the tax law from 2017 10 years from now. But in all honesty, if Congress does nothing 10 years from now, everything that I'm going to talk about now slowly goes away over the next 10 years. Hundreds of changes, both on the personal side and on the business side in this legislation. And it is truly going to affect every single person that files a tax return. And here's why. Because there's one thing, out of those 1,000 pages, there's one thing that will affect everybody. And that's what this form looks like. And it looks like something we've never seen before. So that is page 1 of the 1040. It's a half sheet of paper. Name, address, social security number, if you have any kids, and your signature. That's it. There are no numbers on page 1 of the 1040 anymore. Now, to go along with this, also, if you used to file a 1040EZ for your kids or grandkids or parents or whatever, 1040EZ is gone, does not exist anymore. 1040A is gone, does not exist anymore at this time. So everybody is going to be filing this form right here. Page 2 is also a half sheet of paper. Now, how did they pull this off? Because it used to be 2 full sheets of paper with all kinds of numbers on it. Here's what they did. They added 7 subschedules to the 1040. So all kinds of information that used to be presented on the front of the 1040 is now just all tucked away on subschedules that flow into the 1040. But if you truly have, so if you're doing your kid's tax return and that kid has 1 W-2, that's going to be his tax return, 2 half sheets of paper. That's it. They tried to tell people that this would be a postcard type thing. Nobody's going to put their social security number on a postcard and mail it to the IRS. That's not going to happen. So now you have all of these subschedules that all flow into that. So when you have your taxes prepared or do them yourself this year, you're going to get something that looks nothing like you've ever seen before. To some degree it's condensed, but in typical government IRS fashion, shorter is not easier. It's just shows up in a different spot. So all of the lines that used to be on page 1 and page 2 of the tax return are just all scattered on these various schedules as you go through here.